Dharma friends, to say something about how to get rid of the anxiety related to the coronavirus, COVID-19, and if possible, how to transform the crisis into the spiritual path. So in this connection, I'd like to first of all inform you that this, no doubt, the severe crisis that the world is going through, it is because of the collective karma, the negative karma, and which in turn is rooted to the cruelty towards the animals, cruelty towards the other human beings, and so forth. So how to curb that? And of course, related to that is anxiety, how to curb the anxiety and the fear, and then for those who can, then how to transform this crisis into the spiritual path. So this is what I'd like to share with you. Number one, given that this is a collective karma, it is so important for all of us to work collectively to accumulate virtuous karmas grounded in compassion and kindness and so forth. And now the main point is the anxiety. As for the anxiety, how it arises is that at the moment we are so much into the gadgets, we are so much into the social media, and I would highly suggest that particularly those who are prone to anxiety, you make it a point not to go into the social media so frequently in a day, like 20, 30, 50, 100 times a day, like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, and so forth. What I would suggest at the most, in order for you to be in order for you to keep updated of the situation in your country and in the world, it is important for you to be in touch with the social media, but not more than 5 or 7 times a day. This is the appeal, and if you do that, no doubt the anxiety will tone down. And then on top of that, what I'd like to also share with you is that how the anxiety builds up is that when you read a material, a very scary material once, one unit of anxiety is painful experiences instilled in you. Again, you read the second time, and a second unit of the painful experiences instilled in, unpleasant feelings instilled. Third, 10 times, 100 times, then 100 such painful experiences are instilled within you, and then that becomes overwhelming. It will manifest in the form of anxiety, fear, and so forth. So therefore, it's very important to stay away from the social media as much as you can. Just keep yourself updated. That's good enough. Stay away from the social media. This is my request to you, number one. Then, of course, a mind is like a monkey mind. It's so important that a mind must be kept engaged. How to keep it engaged? Engaged in some very meaningful things, like a little bit of the physical exercises, and then the little bit of meditation, breathing meditation, and so forth, which I will include in a while. Then the second part, which is to transform this crisis into the spiritual path. This is so important. In fact, those of us, I'm sure most of us here who are listening to this talk or this message, you have some inclination, propensity towards the spiritual path, towards the dharma, towards the teaching of the Buddha, and suddenly when we are stuck with this lockdown, isolation, and so forth, and then this number of people are dying here in this country, Europe, then Italy, Iran, then South Korea, and so forth, then it creates such a fear in us. And then not only fear, you could get a feeling of the uncertainty of the world. Yes, that's very true. This is the teaching of the Buddha. The Buddha said way ahead, 2,500 years ago, that the reality of samsara, this is all impermanent nature. And the fact that being impermanent and driven by our ignorance, our afflictions, will only take us to miseries. This is what we experience now. This is what the Buddha taught us 2,500 years ago, and many of the great teachers in the past, they left everything. They went to the Himalayas in solitary retreat, in a form of being quarantined and the isolation, they're meditating to get that experience. And then for us now, without any need for going to Himalayas, we experience this, the truth, the efficacy of the two lines, that all composite things are impermanent, all contaminated things are suffering nature. So with this, we should be feeling so grateful to the Buddha that now I understand what your teachings are. They're so precious. How to get out of this? This is the meaning of transforming the crisis into the spiritual part. How to get out of this? This thought, when it comes to us, then that plays very important role. Then the Buddha taught that everything is of the nature of emptiness and selflessness, and transcending sorrow is absolute peace. So we have to see that with this realization, we have to explore, go into the meditation to see everything is like an illusion, like a dream. Just as when you go through the dream, when you're in the dream, that the dream ghost is chasing you, dream tiger is chasing you, so much of fear, you're being traumatized. You wake up, you'll be free from the trauma. It's because of the realizing that the dream was just coming from our mind, nothing really from the object. So likewise, the Buddha taught that everything, not only the dream, or whatever we experience now, like the coronavirus, all these things are like dream. They're not dream, they're like dream. You can realize how they are dream. The moment you realize that how they are dream-like, then your fear instantly dissolves. This is extremely, I'll just give you some tips as to how to do that, and when you actually do that, then you can feel the experience. Then you will see the wonder of the Buddha's teachings, how this is a panacea to hold all the problems of our life and for all the demon sentient beings. So for that matter, what I would suggest is the three things. One is do a little bit of breathing meditation, just empty your mind, visualize the Buddha Shakyamuni, then His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all your teachers from whom you seek to invoke the blessings, and then visualize all your dear mother sentient beings, your parents, your children, all the family members, and all sentient beings who died because of coronavirus and who are suffering because of coronavirus. Just visualize them and just empty all other thoughts. Simply focus on the breath. 21 cycles. Breathe in, breathe out. Cycle 1. Breathe in, breathe out. Cycle 2. Just 21 cycles. Empty your mind. But keep in mind that your eyes are not closed. Eyes open, and just do this. Okay, so this itself will be great healing for you. Then the next one is the emptiness meditation, how everything is like a dream. This is so important. So I'm going to share with you a very simple meditation where Nagarjuna said, if the mirage were to be water, why not those close by the mirage see water? Likewise, if I were to exist as so objectively there, not like a dream, then why do I see this self as I go closer to this self? As I go closer to the self, what I see is that I just see the thin layer of the skin, the fatty tissues inside, the bone, the heart, lungs. None of this is me. These form the element of the earth. The element of water, the blood which is pumped in and out by the heart to different parts of the body. That is also not me. Element of the fire, the body heat. That's also not me. Element of the air that I breathe in and out through my lungs. That's also not me. And the space, the vacuum that this body is basically constituted of, even that's also not me. And this element of consciousness, or the element of the mind, that's also not me, because I'm a male, I'm a female, and this mind does not have a gender. Gender is positive on the basis of the body, so even this mind is also not me. Besides this, none of these 6 elements which constitute me, none of these 6 elements is me. Where is this self? Where is this I, Dorji? Where is this the person Wayne? Where is this person Mary? It's not really there. If you feel that it's not really there, just stay there in this experience. About in this experience, for some, you could have a tickling sensation coming when you feel that. For some, there could be goosebumps coming in the body. For some, a very triangular experience can come. For some, a tinge of fear can come. Never mind. If you do get this experience, you are very fortunate. this is so fortunate. You are actually transforming the adversity into the path, or the crisis to the path. This is amazing. You are so lucky person. Okay, just in this experience, and you will feel that after some time, when you come out of the meditation, you feel the lightness coming in your mind. This is so precious. Then you realize that now this is what is meant by the path which can liberate me and liberate all my dear sentient beings towards the full awakening, being freed from all sufferings, anxiety, anguish, and to have the maximum happiness. This is one part. And then do a little bit of the compassion practice. Send out what you have experienced, just the freedom and the lightness in the form of nectar and so forth, towards everybody else. Breathe out. Let go your happiness, your joy, your wisdom of emptiness, your compassion in the form of nectar and soothing light towards all beings. Just do it like 3 times, 7 times, 10 times, and then imagine all those people who are inflicted by this coronavirus COVID-19. They are free. They feel such a relief from this. They feel such a sigh of relief. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. And then meanwhile, the following stanzas, they are so precious. Let us take this opportunity. Let us not make the crisis go waste. This crisis, the greatest of the failure is if the failure cannot be used or take advantage of. If you cannot take advantage of the failure, that is the greatest of the failure. Whereas if you can take advantage of the failure, this is a great step, transforming the adversity into the path. So how to transform that is through this, making the most of what we are going through now. So one is with this, the meditations that I shared with you, plus then you can include these stanzas. Ye dharma hetu prabhava hetum desham tathagato hyavatat desham jayo nirodha evam vati maha sharmanaya swaha. Taken 3 times. And the meaning of this, all phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as well as taught by the great seer. Anybody who's interested to have these stanzas, just let me know. Contact Tibet House. I'll be happy to send you these stanzas to you in written. And then the second stanza is very precious. The 4 seals. All composite things are impermanent. All contaminated things are suffering nature. Everything is the nature of emptiness, the selflessness. Transcending the soul is absolute peace. The next one, Paritam Bodhicitta, again very precious. I go for refuge in the truthful gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. And then recite some mantras. The Buddha Shakyamuni mantra, Om Muni Muni Maha Muni Soha, recited like 21 times. Then His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the advice all of us to recite the Arathara mantra to eliminate the fear, anxiety, and so forth, and the fear of the disease. The Om Dare Tu Dare Dure Soha, Om Dare Tu Dare Dure Soha, Om Dare Tu Dare Dure Soha. Then the medicine Buddha mantra. Theata Om Begaze Begaze Ma Begaze Begaze Ranza Samunga de Soha, like 21 times. And then Guru Padmasambhava mantra. Om Ma Benza Guru Bema Siddhi Hum, Om Ma Benza Guru Bema Siddhi Hum, Om Ma Benza Guru Bema Siddhi Hum. And then the Heart Sutra mantra. Theata Om Gade Gade Bara Gade Bara Sam Gade Buddha Swaha, like 21 times. And all these recitations, the respective deities involved, you visualize them, or him or her, in front of you or on your crown. And as you recite the mantra, imagine that from the crown or the forehead, and then from the throat and from the heart, nectar and the very soothing light descends towards you, and all the beings that their coronavirus problems, they're all healed, and in the form of panacea. Just visualize this. That would be a great the blessing. This will really help us. And then the hygiene is very important. Hygiene, and before the hygiene, what I would say is the social distancing, which the respective governments they requested. This is so important. We must respect the social distancing. It is for our own good, this one. And then we also encourage others to do that. So unfortunately, there are some people who are religiously inclined and who are also very young people. They see that this is like an imposition, this is like some kind of the burden on us. Actually, this is not a burden. This is for our own good. So just spread this. Let others also be inspired to respect the social distancing. Number one. Then washing your hands very often. And then the next one is keeping your drinking water. Drinking water, if possible, with the lemons cut. Hot water, if possible, hot water, and then on the lemon, and drink it as often, and then they keep your basic immune system strong. This is so important. Okay, with this, let us all pray that His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the true source of joy and happiness on this earth, that he lives long, and that nobody has to live in the fear of coronavirus, the COVID-19 anymore. That the scientists, they soon discover, they soon invent this, the vaccine or the medicine for this, the coronavirus, COVID-19, and that also it depends on our collective karma. So meanwhile, we try to accumulate as great virtue as possible in the form of practice of compassion, practice of wisdom, emptiness. Then these carbon forces will influence the scientists to find the vaccines as soon as possible. So, and meanwhile, I request that each one of us, please stay happy and calm. Keep yourself, don't stay demoralized. Don't just hang after the mobiles all the time, after the social media all the time. Keep yourself engaged with these practices, a little bit of physical exercise, and then say the breathing meditation and so forth, and stay happy. Stay happy. Only if you're happy, your immune system will be boosted. This is so important. Please be happy. I'm sure that the coronavirus vaccine will be found very soon. Please be happy. Thank you so much, brothers and sisters.